All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm not even, that says 9:59, so we're actually early. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center. We're going to get started with a song. Well, it was Pride Week this week, of course, and we had a booth out at the Pride Fest. We're going to start with We Are Family. So I invite you all to stand up, and there's no words because we don't have the PowerPoint working right now, but it just goes, We Are Family. I got all my sisters with me, and the second time is brothers with me.
Okay.
And yeah, we can do that. We can do that part. Ready?
The electronic gods are testing us.
1, 2.
We're going to show them how good we are.
Here we go. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my brothers with me. I got all my brothers with me. We are family. Get up, everybody. I'll take the verse, here we go. Everyone can see that we're together as we walk on by, and we fly like birds of a feather. I'll tell no lies. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just like me, stay for the record. We're giving love in a family dose. Here we go. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my brothers with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Keep going on there. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. All right, good job, good job. Thank you.
You're welcome, Reverend Gordon Keyler. We know.
Good morning, everybody. Before we go, and no, mine's working. Before we go any further, I have to share with you, we are having electronic problems. A lot of our stuff is not working. We don't know why. You'll notice we do not have PowerPoint. We don't have internet, and apparently some of our mics are not working. So, everybody, while we're sitting in your chairs and everything, send up a prayer to St. Gigabyte. Our team back there is working really hard trying to figure out what happened, what's going on. We don't know. It might have been a solar flare or something. But it's weird to have different systems that aren't connected with each other that are not working. So who knows? But we are flexible, right? We are adaptable, right? Right, and we will get through it. So take a breath and happy Pride. Now, your phones are working, okay? So I'm going to invite you to, number one, pull them out today and go to your social media and check in with our affirmation, which is, I was going to look up there, it's not up there, celebrating Pride. Celebrating Pride. And while you're putting that in, I'm going to share with you, we were, of course, had our booth at Pride Fest yesterday, and we did a wedding. So it was a lot of fun, and we were honored and just humbled and delighted to be able to do that. And we're affirming that it sends a ripple out into our community that this is an open and accepting family. We are all family here, and we are all one, and all welcome just the way we are. And with that, is there anybody here for the very first time today? Yes, welcome. We are glad you were here. And did I not see you yesterday at Pride? No? Okay. I saw a lot of people at Pride yesterday. And you'll notice my voice is a little scratchy and may get worse because I did a lot of talking yesterday. So, to everybody who was at Pride, yay! Your prayers worked! And the skill of our team, thank you guys. Yes. Well, we want you to know that if you are here for the very first time today with us, we want to say to you, welcome home. We want you to know that we see you. We see your hopes, we see your dreams, we see your struggles, and most importantly, we see your light. We are here to provide a safe place for you to grow spiritually, so that whatever brought you here today, whether it be seeking healing, spiritual growth, looking for community, we pray you will find it here. And we want you to know we are not concerned about the color of your skin, because all colors are on the spectrum of light. We are not concerned about who you love. We rejoice that you love. And we are not concerned about where you come from, for we are all children of God, and you are now home in your Unity family. So welcome, and because we want to get to know you, please make sure I get to connect with you personally after the service. And we do have plenty of food and coffee and drinks and other stuff, well, not alcoholic drinks, but others in the community hall after the service. So please join us. All right, we have checked in with our social media. We have, Okay, pray harder, folks. I could go old school. You're not praying hard enough. There we go. All right. Thank you, people back in our booth. I know you've been working really hard this morning. All right, it looks like things are starting to get back into divine order. So I am going to turn the platform over to Michael.
We all hope. Good morning again. Here's some announcements for June 9th, 2024. We're kind of waiting on a person who's going to come and talk to us about Ernie Pyle. She's not here yet. She's supposed to be here. But since school is not happening this year, what we're doing is we're going to have envelopes so you can put gift cards in. And so what we're asking you to do is take a gift card, or take an envelope, bring it back, put it in our offering bag every Sunday, and then I can take it to Ernie Pyle. That's how we're going to do it. It's $5 gift cards is what we're looking for. And you can see they're from Smith, McDonald's, Sonic, Dutch Brothers, Dion's, and Whataburger. So these are the $5 gift cards. Don't put cash in here, whatever you do. So
actually, Michael?
Yeah.
They can put cash in there. We'll take it and go out and get cards.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess we'll put cash in there.
And you might explain who this is for and why?
Yeah. This is for Ernie Pyle during their summer. So instead of donating healthy food snacks, we can actually give them a gift card for the store.
And what is Ernie Pyle?
Ernie Pyle is a middle school.
Thank you.
Ernie Pyle Middle School. Yes. All right. Save the date, June 7th. If you weren't here last week, we're doing a barbecue parking lot party.
July 7th.
Huh? July 7th, yes. I told you I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of talking yesterday. So all the we're going to be meeting out there in the grassy area. Hamburgers, hot dogs, veggie burgers, desserts, and drinks will be provided by Jeff Siddle, who will be grilling. There is a sign-up sheet for other condiments, such as onions, tomatoes, lettuce, green chili, etc., or a side dish, like baked beans, salads, coleslaw, veggie tray, fruit, mac and cheese, etc. Now, what we're also looking for are people to help clean up and set up, and there's also a foyer in the back. If you have any questions, please talk to me after service. There are many other activities and events happening at Unity Spiritual Center. Please check our website, Facebook page, YouTube, online weekly newsletter, or just call the office for more detailed information. Okay, our worship team. You've already met Reverend Gordon. Chris Acklin is our trustee of the day. I am Michael Small. I'm your platform host. Carol Chambers and Martine Beckman is our prayer chaplains, and you can find them on either side of the sanctuary after service. If you can't stay after service, there are prayer slips in the back of the chairs. Go ahead and write your prayer, and there's a box in the back that could collect them. Todd Lowry is our music director. Along with Todd Lowry is Sharon Edgeridge, our drummer. Diana Hughes is our soloist today. And along with all our team is the AVLM team, who's working very hard back there. All right, Chris, come on up.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning, Unity family. Good morning. Please join me in our mission, vision, and core values. Mission: we inspire spiritual growth through honoring many paths, education, prayer, sacred service, and abundant living. Our vision statement: centered in love, we see a harmonious world of divine expression. Core values: we are Christ-centered, loving, inclusive, joyous, uplifting, open-minded, and fun. In our Unity Credo, we believe all people are created with sacred worth. We serve all people in emotional and spiritual ways. We welcome the diversity of all. God and unity leave no one out. And before we collect our gifts and tithes, I would like to say a few words in relation to Reverend Gordon's letter that went out this week about our finances. And I'd like to start by sharing a bit of what unity means to me. I love Unity, and I love our Unity family. Growing up in rural Ohio, I never felt like I belonged there. I never really felt like I fit in. I felt so different. There are many, many good, solid people in rural Ohio. We tend to think differently, especially about spirituality. I came here to Unity, and this became my home because of you, so many like-minded people. I feel like there's a place for me here, and there's a place for each one of you here also. We are blessed to have so many involved spiritual people here. You not only give your time and your talents and your treasures, you share your hearts. You make Unity the wonderful place that it is. Whether you've been here for 30 years or 30 minutes, we board members are so grateful for each and every one of you and all the ways that you share yourself with this community. Now, we know there are a lot of folks who don't like to talk about money in our spiritual home. We get that. Just like our homes where we sleep have bills, our spiritual home is no different, although we hope you're not sleeping a whole lot here. Sorry, Gordon. Anyway, our spiritual home has expenses too to keep the building, staff, and programs going. Reverend Gordon, staff members, and the board have pared down expenses over the last year or so, and we're pretty bare bones. We need $5,000 a week to maintain what we have. Last week, we received $3,619.16. Thank you. The board is so grateful for all of your offerings. Great as that amount is, if it's not $5,000 or more, we continue to be in a financial deficit. So this month, the board will be deciding whether we can keep renting the office across the street and if we need to pursue other cost-reducing measures. And it's not just us experiencing these financial challenges, and it's not just Unity churches. Churches of all denominations, some of them are having financial challenges as well. And just like in our personal lives, in our church family, we have ups and downs. We get through them together. And we focus on what we do have. We have this beautiful building that is paid off. What a huge blessing. Yes. We have a lot of spiritually uplifting support here in all kinds of ways. And most important, we have each other. And that is never lost. So love and blessings and deep gratitude to all of you. And with that, there are several ways to give. You can give right here, right now. We have our Church Center app. You can give online, and you can text to give to 84321. And please join me in our offering blessing. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Okay.
On the day I was born, said my father, said he, I've an elegant legacy waiting for thee. 'Tis a rhyme for your lips and a song for your heart, to sing it whenever your world falls apart. Look, look, look to the rainbow. Follow it over the hill and stream. Look, look, look to the rainbow. Follow the fellow who follows the dream. Look, look, look to the rainbow. Follow it over the hill and stream. Look, look to the rainbow. Follow the fellow who follows the dream. Follow the fellow. Follow the fellow. Follow the fellow who follows the dream. I'm so used to just putting it down.
Thank you, Diana and music team. Please join me in our prosperity dedication. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all the needs and desires of Unity Spiritual Center and those we serve are bountifully met from every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected. Our abundant good is here now. Thank you, God.
All right, it's time for a congregational song. And You notice the rainbow theme, but we're going to do Rainbow Connection by Kermit the Frog. So I invite everybody to stand up. Hopefully the words will hold out and we can do this song. It's just 2 verses. 1, 2, 3.
Don't forget the la-las in there too.
Here we go. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La 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 la. Here we go. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered? We wish on the morning star. Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing?
And what
do you think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da 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 da. All right, thank you very much. You can have a seat. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. Spirit, God's Spirit is in this very room.
The word of the day, prosperity. I focus on my divinity and know prosperity. Sometimes I may worry, wondering if I will have enough for what I need. If thoughts of lack or limitation arise, I lift my thoughts and feelings for the things of the world to my innate divinity. I focus my mind on the richness of the principle of life within me. I feel calm and assured as I remember I live, move, and have my being in a vast field of unlimited divine ideas. Even when my worldly fortunes shift, I know I am divine and therefore abundant. As I align and synchronize my thoughts and feelings with my divinity, I become aware of divine ideas I can use to be prosperous. I claim prosperity and feel empowered. I demonstrate prosperity as I use divine ideas. I know with understanding, faith, and gratitude that I have enough. I focus on my divinity and know prosperity.
And as we focus on divinity and know prosperity, we go deeper into our hearts, aligning ourselves with the source of all prosperity, the source of life, the source of health, the source of love, and yes, the source of our supply. In this place, we are one mind and one heart, one with the source. And so, as I allow myself to be one mind, one heart, one voice, I am filled with gratitude that I am living, moving, and having my being in an unlimited universe. I think of the words of our prosperity statement. When we say all of our needs and desires, our needs, our basic survival needs, a loving community, a loving family, shelter, the opportunity to grow and evolve. And I think of our desires. Desires to be of service. Desires to give a hand up to those who need it. The desire to offer education, empowerment, so that every human being can step in to their own light. And I give thanks that I live in an infinite universe, a diverse universe, where every living thing, indeed every spark of creation, shows up in its own unique and perfect way. What great gratitude I feel as I place myself fully into the flow of abundance. I receive love because I give love. I am filled with life because I live life to the fullest. I am served because I serve. And I am prospered because I give. I give my life, my love, my joy, my peace, my wisdom, and my treasure, that I may be prospered in all ways and make possible that every human being is also prospered in all ways. For I know, God, that every human need can be met. There is more than enough food, more than enough shelter. And all that is required is a shift in consciousness for every human being to be abundantly supplied. All things start in imagination. And so I imagine a world where everyone is fed, everyone is sheltered, everyone is loved and accepted, and everyone has all they need. This has been the teaching of every great master, that this is a possibility, not in some far-off future or some place called heaven, but right here, right now. As I allow myself to be in the flow, I empower others to step into that same place, that same understanding, that same stream of unlimited energy. In silent meditation, I create a vision of the world that is, and that is yet to be expressed. And as I hold the vision of the world that is, I empower myself and all beings to work together to bring that world that is into the human expression. I give thanks for abundant supply, abundance in all its forms. In unity, it is said that there is only one presence and one power in the universe, God the Good. Whether I call it God, Allah, Source, Love, Divine Mind, matters not, for its only nature is abundance. May I always be a channel for that abundance to flow through. With heartfelt gratitude and commitment to expressing the truth, I say thank you, God, knowing that as I do so, there is more than enough love in this very room for every human being.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room. right, Diana Hughes is here with a very beautiful song called So Many Stars.
Dawn is filled with dreams, so many dreams. Which one is mine? One must be right for me. Which dream of all the dreams, when there's a dream for every star? And there are oh so many stars, so many stars. The wind is filled with songs, so many songs. Which one is mine? One must be right for me. Which song of all the songs, when there's a song for every star? And there are oh so many stars, so many stars. Along the countless days, the endless nights that I have searched, so many eyes, so many hearts, so many smiles. Which one to choose, which way to go? How can I tell? How will I know? Out of all so many dreams, so many stars. Along the countless days, the endless nights that I have searched, so many eyes, so many hearts, so many smiles. Which way to go? Which one to choose? How can I tell? How will I know? Out of all so many dreams, so many stars, so many dreams, so many stars.
Thank you, Dan.
Not yet. Not yet. No. Novella, not yet. The reason I had to say that is we're going to put the lesson on Facebook via my phone. We're going old school. So at least those of our members who watch on Facebook will get to hear the lesson today. But before we do that, I am going to invite Michael Small up. We have a special guest who's going to explain a little bit more about, I have one here for you, about Ernie Pyle and what we do for them and what we want to do for them. So Michael, would you come up? Which one? Do you want to use two? You could be in stereo.
No, we just want one. So I'm going to invite Stacia Duarte up. She was my principal when I was working at Ernie Pyle as a music teacher, chorus, and orchestra. And we're doing a lot of good work with this school, so she's going to tell us a little bit more what we're doing.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you so much for welcoming me here this morning. My name is Stacia Duarte, and I'm the principal at Ernie Powell Middle School. And I'm here today to thank you for all of the things that you've done for our school already. You guys have just really done a lot to support our school. We have Michael bringing food to our students every couple weeks, once a month, and providing snacks and meals and things for our families. You guys have donated tons of $5 gift cards to our students, which we use in a lot of different ways to motivate students. So let me just tell you a little bit about our school. We have about 420 students, and we're in the South Valley. I've been the principal there for 6 years, but I've been an educator in the community for about 25 years in that same area. First as an elementary teacher, and then moved to the middle school principal, and also an elementary principal at a different school. But we have, we have 100% free and reduced lunch at our school, and our school is about 99% Hispanic. About 45% of our students are English language learners, and their first language is Spanish. But we have an amazing school community. And this year we were able to celebrate our 75th anniversary. So our school's been serving the South Valley for 75 years. And thank you. And so there's just a lot of pride in our community, and it's a multi-generational school. So we have grandparents and parents that are proud to bring their students to the school that they went to. I think one of the testimonials that I have of the amazing community that we have are the number of staff members we have that were students at our school. Our assistant principal was a student at our school, our secretary. We have several teachers. We have, I can think of at least 8 staff members that went to our school as students and live in our community. And so one of the ways, like I said, that you guys have supported us is you've provided a lot of the $5 gift cards. And so the way that we use that is we have a book vending machine. And one of the things that I love to do as a principal is give away books. When I first went to the school, middle school students were like, no thanks, I don't need a book, no thank you. But eventually I'd be like, take this book and you're gonna keep it. Take it home, put it in your backpack. And so with the book vending machine, it's really helped to build a lot of excitement around literacy for our kids because they come in to get tokens, to get free books, and there are a lot of really high interest books in there. But I have to be honest, at first, even that was a hard sell. So the $5 gift cards really help. So what we do is we hide $5 gift cards in some of the books. And so it's kind of like a little bit of a prize for them to, there's a book. And so they kind of build excitement. We've had it for about 2 years now. And I don't know that the gift cards are necessary anymore for them to want the books, but it does go a long way. And so other ways that we use the $5 gift cards is we have positive office referrals. And so teachers can give office referrals for students that are going above and beyond, which is honestly the majority of our kids on a daily basis. And so when we get those office referrals, we call the kids into the office, we call their parents, and give them the $5 gift cards as well, and a certificate, for being an amazing kid. And so, it just really builds a lot of positivity, and so I just want to thank you so much for that. The snacks that you provided and the food and the meals, there's just a lot of food that Michael brings often, and I know, Gordon has come as well. And so that just helps our kids a lot. We have a lot of kids with food insecurity, and so we like to have a food pantry at our school. We also have a clothing closet, so we take old jeans and t-shirts and things like that we will always take those. We don't have a big uniform policy at our school. We don't focus on what our kids wear. We want them to be comfortable and be able to be themselves. So we do have a uniform closet where they can come and pick out different things for all ages of kids. So those are some really great ways to help the school. Another way that you guys have helped us is we've had some of your members come and volunteer at our 4-H club. So we have an amazing 4-H club, and they do so many cool projects. They do cooking and sewing and ceramics, all kinds of things. They make necklaces out of corn, and they made corn husk dolls this year. They love the cooking. That's their favorite thing. But so we really could use volunteers for that as well. And we do those on, this year it was Thursday afternoons, but it's going to be Tuesday afternoons next year. So if anybody has any of those kind of skills, we would love to have you come and help volunteer for our 4-H club. We will help provide like the background check that's required for APS. It's not a very hard process, and we'll pay for it. And just to be there with our kids and to share your talents. We really need people to be in our community and showing our students that they're cared for and that they matter and that they have a lot of value. We are a community school, which is something that we're really proud of. So we work with a lot of different, agencies and companies and things throughout the community. But I'd have to say that you guys are one of our biggest supporters. And so just thank you so much. I can't even thank you enough. And we appreciate your continued support.
Okay, now. Thank you, Stacia, and thank you for coming to be with us today. I don't get to go down there as often as Michael and some of the rest of you do, but you all know, of course, I'm a little biased. I was a middle school teacher for many years. And I have to say, your school, Stacia, has the most school spirit and the most love, I think, of any middle school I've ever seen. You walk in the doors and you can feel it. And that is largely because of the dedication, the vision, and the love that the staff has and the energy that they create in that building. They're a great group of kids, great staff, and we are proud and pleased to be able to help you in any way we can. We're not big, but we try to be mighty. Wow, so much going on. Today we are also going to be welcoming some new members at the end of the lesson. But I'm going to go through the lesson very quickly, and because it's running kind of late. That's okay. We are continuing our book series based on the book by Michael Singer called Living Untethered. And it's the companion to the Untethered Soul. Many of you are in the home study groups, and I don't know, but maybe you're like me, where you go, oh, I don't know if I agree with everything in this book. I don't know if I understand everything in this book. But one thing you got to give this book is it starts conversations. In the last several weeks, we've explored where our thoughts come from. Who is the thinker that thinks our thoughts? We've discovered that we have two different minds. We have a human mind, which is essentially controlled by ego, and what we call the mind with a capital M, which receives divine ideas and is the thinker that comes from source. We're going to talk a little bit deeper about that today. To give you a refresher, the human mind, as I said, is essentially controlled by ego. Now, ego is not a bad thing. I know many of us have heard all through our lives that, we got to get rid of the ego. No, that would not work. The ego is what allows us to have a human experience. Without it, we could not be here in the physical form doing what we do, growing and evolving. That's what Jesus was talking about when he said, be in the world, but not of the world. The ego mind allows us to be in the world. Divine mind takes us to the higher level. Both are very important. The ego's only job is safety. Its purpose is to keep us alive, to keep us alert for threats, be they mental, emotional, physical. That's its job. Last week we talked about power. And when the ego thinks that we are lacking in power, we're, by the way, never lacking in spiritual power. And by spiritual power, I don't mean the kind. I mean the kind that empowers us to live life to the fullest, empowers us to grow, empowers us to heal, empowers us to help others around us have life and have it to the fullest. But when ego says we're lacking in that power, you don't have it, or you don't have enough, we go looking for it in all the wrong places. That could be a country song. Looking for power in all the wrong places. And ego goes on to the defensive. It becomes aggressive. It becomes antagonistic. It may become grandiose or victim mentality, whatever is necessary to ensure our safety and to ensure what in that case is the illusion of power. And of course we know that does not work. Not for any great length of time. So how then do we shift that into a different understanding? Well, we begin to look at the mind's job. What is it that mind really is created to do? Well, first, we have to lift up our consciousness to the point where we understand that it is under the authority and power of spirit and controlled by a quickened mind. A quickened mind was a phrase that Charles Fillmore used quite often, and it literally meant to be one that is increased in vibration so that it is operating at a higher level, what we would call the Christ level. The human mind also stores memories. It determines our responses to outer stimuli based on past experiences and memories. It interprets ideas and makes them fit our own experience. And it can receive and interpret divine ideas of creation and bring them into manifestation through the filter of our human mind. But the important thing to know is that every human being that has ever been created and ever will be created, as far as I know, has access to a higher mind. We may call it divine mind. We may call it superconsciousness. We may call it God mind or Uber mind or any phrases that are out there. But whatever we call it, it is the point that you could call it the rainbow connection. It connects us to the mind that created the universe. Science is proving over and over and over again that there is a source of thought beyond the human brain. Who is the thinker that is thinking me? There is proof that ideas, creative ideas, flow in from a source somewhere outside of us and within us at the same time. In Teach Us to Pray, Charles and Cora Fillmore wrote the following: the relation of our mind to creative mind may be likened to a radio station. I'm paraphrasing, putting it into more modern terms. This was written in the 1920s. The relation of our mind to creative mind may be likened to the relation of a radio set to a broadcasting station. As we must tune our radio so that it will pick up the waves from the proper broadcasting station, so we have to acquire the ability to tune our mind to divine mind, so that we may learn by spiritual understanding the truth ideas that exist eternally in divine mind. In other words, at our highest level of intellectual functioning, we receive and interpret creative ideas and bring them into expression in our lives. Or we ignore them and we just go on as we always have. That is why, like in our meditation today, I said, create an image of the world we want. Now, there's more work to do after you create that image, but that is the first step. Everything starts in imagination. What image are we creating in our imagination of the world we want? The world that does exist in divine mind. And we can create from that place or through ego mind, which ego mind is very personal. It's about our own individual safety. Or we can expand and realize that when we say our own individual safety, we mean the species of humanity, and even extend it beyond that to all life and all creation. I believe that is the shift that is happening in the world right now. We're seeing a lot of people awakening to that understanding, that the I is everything. There is only one presence, only one power, and we're all a piece of it. The person in ego sense consciousness thinks they have the mind of their own and creates thoughts from our own understanding, which sometimes, actually quite often, causes us to create a miss. And you all heard last week what happens when we create a miss? We create a mess. The good news is, though, even when we create a mess, because we created the mess, we can fix it. We can create something different. We can create a new reality. I believe even the big issues we face today, homelessness, food insecurity, global climate change, can be changed and changed quickly if we can get to that level of thinking that there is more than enough, that we live in an abundant universe, that we are a channel of supply, an energy to flow through and from. But to change that, to get to that higher level of consciousness, we have to then take a look at our beliefs. We have many different kinds of beliefs. We have those beliefs that are ingrained to us from the moment we are born, maybe even in the womb itself. These ideas, these beliefs come from our parents, our culture. They may include religious beliefs, beliefs about the nature of life and creation, beliefs about our individual self, and familial beliefs, which may incorporate religion and politics. Oh, I said the P word. They may believe. Then we have beliefs from our own experience. These are the ones we create based on our interactions with others, our interactions with our environment, and with our experiences. And by and large, these beliefs are not the truth. They are the truth of what we are experiencing and how we are interpreting life in the moment, but they are not the truth with a capital T. They feel true. We declare they are true, but they are temporary. They change, they evolve as our own understanding changes and evolves. And then we have to look at the third leg of this stool, emotions. It is said that emotions are the outworking of our thoughts and beliefs. The outworking of our thoughts and beliefs. The outer expression and response to various stimuli. Now, there are some ideas that the author has in the book that we may or may not agree with. And some of those ideas may actually trigger us. That's an emotion. And I kind of wonder if the author's intent was not to do that, was to get us to think, to get us to look at a deeper level, to get us to question. Well, this series, the author in this book talks about living untethered, it being not attached to our thoughts, not attached to our emotions, not attached to our behavior. Now, non-attachment has some baggage because we hear that and we think of the Buddhist tradition. And the Buddhist tradition is very much about non-attachment. But we in the West don't really understand that because it's from a different culture. The real deep teaching of that is to not be attached to thoughts, to emotions, to behaviors, to outcomes, so that we can be untethered, so that we can rise to new levels of understanding, new levels of expression. You know, the human-controlled thinking organ that we call the brain is always working. It's always working like a computer that's, well, most times computers always work. We had some challenges with that this morning. But like a computer, it is programmed to constantly be processing and responding to data input based on its programming. That's important. Thus, we often have thoughts that we interpret as negative. And it is really quite difficult to not have those thoughts. Anybody ever tried it? Yeah, anybody remember that a couple years ago there was that living in a complaint-free world, and every time you complained you had this rubber band you were supposed to snap on your wrist? I don't know how many of you had really sore wrists. No matter how conscious we try to be, you know, we live on one level in that human world. But non-attachment allows us to say, okay, that was a complaint. That is not the truth. I let that go. We don't put the brain down for having thoughts. We bless those thoughts and we release them. We see those thoughts for what they are. The output created by the brain channeling energy along resonant series of synapses. Got that? There will be a test later. Oh, some of you are getting a message from your ego brain. Oh, a test? Oh, I don't like tests. Let it go. It's okay. I'm just joking. Non-attachment allows us to figuratively pronounce and observe without empowering those thoughts. We have them. It's normal. Let them go. We don't give them power. We do not turn them into actions and behaviors. And when we do that, when we can let them go and be non-attached, it frees us. It frees us to almost like figuratively step aside and observe. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I wonder where that came from. Maybe I can just not give it any energy. Or maybe I can reprogram it and redirect it so that it is productive and positive. Now, this is not unique to the Buddhist teachings. Jesus taught the same thing. Even in the Old Testament, there's passages that refer to the same thing when we can understand what they were saying in their time, language, and culture. So we've been kind of cerebral the last couple minutes. I'm going to move it into a more spiritual mind. Jesus drew from Judaic mysticism, which at its core is the same as Buddhist mysticism, Hindu mysticism, every mysticism that has ever existed, and is the core of all the outer thing that we call religion. There's a big difference between religion and spirituality. We call ourselves a spiritual center because we are working to get beyond religion. Religion is egocentric creation. It is created by the human brain based on somebody's understanding at some point in time of what was being said and their interpretation. Sometimes it was the best they had at the time. It was the understanding. Sometimes it was twisted and changed for political reasons or reasons of control. Spirituality says, what were these great teachers really honestly saying? So let's go back and look at some of the sources of these ideas. In Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Now, most people interpret that, trust in this guy in the sky with a beard on a cloud, and he'll come down and fix everything, or send his son down and fix everything. What they were saying, though, the original Proto-Canaan word, which eventually became Lord, didn't mean what it means today. To put it into more modern terminology, it would say this: trust in divine mind and do not lean on the thinking of the human mind. Trust in God mind, divine mind, whatever you want to call it, because that is where truth is. We could go to John 3:16, what I call the football verse, because you always see somebody at a football game with John 3:16. I can do a whole lesson on that one. Traditionally, it says this: for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world. Boy, that's one that's gotten forgotten. But in order that the world might be saved through him. Well, let's put that into more modern language and look at maybe a different interpretation. Maybe it's what Jesus was really, really saying, or John, I mean. For God is the world, and its only begotten creation is truth, so that all who will align with that truth shall have life unlimited. There is no negativity in that truth, and all is possible through it. Okay, maybe it's not as poetic, but it takes it to a deeper level. It takes it to a level of something that, oh, I actually am part of this. I am actually a channel for change. I'm actually a channel for this. I'm actually a channel for life unlimited when I align myself to that high vibration of thought. We could say that every true idea or answer is available to us right here and right now when we detach, untether, let go of lower mind and allow divine mind to work through us. One more, Psalm 46. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Still, put it into modern terms, still the thinking mind and open to divine mind. Divine mind overrules the nations of human thought and raises us to a higher vibration. Where are the nations of human thought? Right up here. You have nations of thoughts. You have thoughts about health, that's a nation. You have thoughts about love, that's a nation. You have thoughts about poverty or wealth, Those are nations of thoughts. You have thoughts about diversity. You have thoughts about acceptance. You have thoughts about giving and being in the flow. Those are all nations of thoughts. So what happens then when we begin to detach our human mind, we open up to the ability to release old destructive beliefs and come into a higher belief, a higher understanding about ourselves, our experiences, about others, and about reality. And that is when reality takes a turn in a new direction. We can realize that what we have been experiencing is not the entirety. It is not never ending, and it is not uncontrollable. It's simply what we are experiencing in the moment. And by becoming non-attached to that, we open the door. We do, as like Don Miguel Ruiz said in his book, The Four Agreements, we stop taking things personally so that we may become the person we are meant to be. Next week, we're going to be talking about the heart mind. Science has proven that the heart has intelligence, that there is a thinking organ behind the heart that we never knew existed until about 20 years ago. So we are setting the groundwork to releasing everything this has been attached to so that we can begin thinking with this. And that is when we will change the world, for the heart is the gateway to higher vibration. Namaste. And now, before we do songs, we have to welcome some new members. So I would like to invite Glenda to come up to help me, and Michael. And when I call your name, would you please come up and stand here on center stage? Elizabeth Curl. Jill Lyons. Donna Erickson. Donna, are you here? Oh, no? No? Okay. Charles Compton. Susan Shelton. Robert Trella. There you go. Israel Stevens, is he back with the kids? I think he might be. Barbara Stevens. Pat Bivens. Barbara. Pat. And Judy Rowley. All right. Okay, I think somebody went to see if Israel's back with the kids. He works with our teens, so he may be with the kids. He's not, okay. He may be working today, too. All right, applicants, candidates, almost members in a few minutes. Taking a basic Unity class, or to be confirmed as a member in good standing at another Unity church and transferring to ours, is a requirement for membership here at Unity Spiritual Center. Taking the class you took reflects in each one of you a true desire to know God, to know your true self, and to unfold spiritually, which is the only real requirement of any human being. Here at Unity, we offer no prescribed doctrine or creed other than that you seek and follow the only commandment Jesus gave us, which is, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength, and your neighbor as yourself. We unite here so that we have a place to work together, a community in which to commit so that we may help one another, we may empower one another, we may learn from one another, and we may serve one another, not just in the physical outer, but in our prayers, in our thoughts and in our hearts. For in this manner, we transform the world. We believe that a spiritual center is not just a place, but always a people. Never a sacred building, but always a spiritual assembly. The spiritual center is who you pray, not where you pray. Unity means oneness. We create this unity by bringing with us our various backgrounds to blend together in the name of the living Christ consciousness. And so now I have a couple questions to ask you. The answer, by the way, is yes or I do. Or you may choose not to, but we'll have to have a different conversation. To be a part of this sacred community, or do you commit to be a part of this sacred community and to support this community through prayer, love offerings, and service as much as you are able? Yes. Do you agree to accept the responsibility, to accept ownership and a measure of the responsibility for the welfare, safety, and highest good of the community as a whole? Do you agree to recognize that all who enter our doors are as welcome as you are? Do you agree to affirm that you have a desire to grow spiritually? Do you agree to affirm that you are supportive and will be encouraging to others as they grow spiritually? And now, it is my honor as the minister of our Unity Spiritual Center to welcome you into membership on behalf of the membership and to receive you into full and active membership. So you now have all of the rights and privileges of being a Unity Spiritual Center member. Welcome. And friends, let's stand and give them our Unity blessing. New members, we love you, we bless you, and we truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. Namaste and welcome. 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 Welcome, Charles. Candidates, or no, members now. All right, welcome. You can sit down now. All right.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires can come to you. When your heart is in your dreams, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do, fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longings. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. light is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longings. Like the bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. When you wish upon a star, when you wish upon a star, when you wish, your dreams come true.
All right,
Thank
Diana,
you.
thank you. Do we have kids back there? Walking in the light of God. You 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 walking, 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 walking in the light of God. You walking, 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 walking in the light of God.
Good morning, Unity family. How are you today? Awesome. Wonderful to see you all. Happy Pride again. All right. Do we have anybody that wants to share?
Today we all made some flowers. Mine is, this is the first time I made one, so it's kind of weird. And we played a game called Sharp Eye. It's like you look at something, and when you have something, you say Sharp Eye, and someone has to guess it. Whoever guesses it gets the turn. It was very fun today.
So today in Uniteens, we did a lesson read by Saya, so yay Saya. And although it kind of lost its meaning because we were being silly, it still taught us like the lesson that no matter what happens in life, you just kind of got to go along with it. I don't think we needed to keep writing Riz and Sigma like 80 times. What? Alex isn't very Sigma.
Katie, and welcome back, Bila Brands. Yay! We missed you. How was Hawaii? Oh, do you want to tell them about Hawaii?
I need to tell it. I'm so sorry. We went to Hawaii, and there's the locals say if you go through the mountains with pork, there's a demigod there who's half pork, who's half pig, and he will be offended and curse you. My mom brought pork through the mountain. That's the story. And I got stung by a sea urchin and jellyfish. Sea urchin's still in there.
Wow, well, we're glad you're back. Okay, anybody else want to share? Okay, would you please join me in blessing these beautiful people?
Children, you are a perfect child of God, and God and I love you just the way you are.
And now, as we prepare to close our service, I just want to give a special thank you. Children, you did a lesson today on when things go wrong and are unpredictable. We dealt with that at the beginning of service. We had no internet, no PowerPoint. Tablets wouldn't work. Nothing was working, but we made it work, and our awesome team back there got us mostly working. Yay! Yes. Yes.
I do.
Really? Oh, yeah, video. I'm sorry. I'm derailing it.
We've been derailed all day, so don't feel bad.
Really fast. I just wanted to say, next Sunday,
Yes.
me and 4 of our teenagers are going to rally, and
Yes.
it's their first.
Yeah. Woo!
And it's their first rally as YOUers, and I'm really excited for them to have this experience. So I was wondering if we could give them a blessing.
Yes.
Just because we are leaving at 6 a.m. next Sunday, so we won't be here to be blessed next Sunday. So it's John, Alex, Saya, me, and Rose. So I just want to say, YOUers, we love you.
We bless you. We truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. Namaste.
We love you. We
Love
love
you.
you. Really, really love
Love you. And we'll be holding you in prayer as you travel for safe
Thank
travels. And we can't wait to hear your stories when you come back, because Rally is amazing. Okay. We're only a few minutes late. Yay. Let's say our prayer for protection, and we'll close with our peace song. Kids, you ready? Bunnies, you ready? Babies, you ready? All right. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is. Swoo-vee.